Okay, good morning or good afternoon, Irma.
Good afternoon, Jose.
So today we have with us Irma Gilbert. Irma is from Brazil, but today she's in London or in England, no, not exactly London. She has a graduate in marketing and sales. She's worked in Portugal for several years in a building company. And she moved later to England and created an additive manufacturing engineering. That's also what you have created recently in Victoria. Why 3D printing? Why additive manufacturing? How was it that you got into this field?
So I was working for the building company to digitalize the housing industry, doing CNC machine. While I doing the research, I found that the additive manufacturing, we could do not only houses, but we could do automotive spare parts, we could do medical devices, implant. I see the big opportunity in the market for additive manufacturing.
So do you remember the day that you discovered it?
It was 9 November 2009.
Oh, so you remember it very well. The person who showed you it for the first time?
I was an MIT professor. I was reading his research on Katrina disaster, and he started show how we could build houses with digital tools, and one of them was the additive manufacturing.
So that was already a possibility, or it was still in the research field? So it was real? You could
it's
do it?
real now. We developed the system. We developed an online platform, an e-commerce marketplace for automotive 3D printed parts. We are finalized now. We are migrating for clouding. Hope so next month, or also will be available for public. For now, we are deploying them for companies in Saudi Arabia, in England, Chile, Angola, and hope Spain. We are now negotiating with a Canadian company. They are just launched the 3D printing for housing, and we are partnering with them to deliver a project in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, okay, so you discover the possibilities of this, the opportunities of this technology, and at that time you were not working in this field, so you had to change. How was that change? How did you do it?
Was very difficult because I have to do everything from scratch. No one knew how going to work, so it was a bit challenging. Software engineer in this field doesn't exist, so we have to learn how to do this. So it took me 11 years and world-class expertise, research to help me out to building what we have today.
So you were living in England at that time when you started working with this additive manufacturing new business. And did you associate with somebody else, or you did it by yourself?
What I have a cooperation with Lancaster University, Nottingham University, but we didn't have a partner because everyone who was, I said, oh, would you like to invest in me? They said, no, this is not going to work. Market is not prepared for this. So I move on alone with cooperative collaboration with universities and some grants from the government.
And what did you offer at the beginning? What was your product? What were you selling to the market?
I was selling houses,
which were manufactured digitally.
Digitally, yeah. So I was setting up factories for this 3D print the wood housings that was ecological. So that's when that's the project I was working, or the business I was working when I started doing the automotive car parts.
But you were selling houses, but not built with additive manufacturing. Those houses were built traditionally.
Traditional houses, modular houses in steel and prefab houses.
And that business was not doing well?
Then I lost interest, and they say that's not good for the environment and it's not good for people as well. So
you were building wooden houses.
Yes.
But those are not so bad for the environment. Huh.
Yes, but they are made in China and they need to be transported to the place. For example, Zimbabwe was buying the house. Then we have APS as well, machines made in Brazil, but you need petrol to develop the houses. And so the transport is not reliable. So then I start research. How can we design in Europe and send the file? So that's when I say, okay, if you send the file, not the product, we are not damaging the environment.
Interesting. So, then you decided that 3D printing was the future, and you wanted to develop a new company in that business, in that field. So what product were you going to sell? Also houses?
So what we are developing now, 3D print the houses.
Okay.
So that's the project after the auto parts and the consumer products.
But your first idea was to 3D print the houses?
Yes, the first idea is print the house. Then I come across with a bigger market that was more advanced, like the automotive. Most automotive are adopting 3D printing. So I say, okay, let's start with this first. But now the group we are working with in Saudi Arabia say we are interested in 3D print the house. And they say, wow, that's good because that's more experience. My experience come from the housing. And so we are doing both for them, the car parts and the 3D print the houses.
Yeah. So you wanted to 3D print houses, and then you found the automotive. Do you remember how you found the automotive opportunity? I mean, because that's a totally different business.
Yeah, my car broken down. I didn't find the parts, so I say, what about design? So I design a part for my car, like a thermostat in metal, and they say, oh, that's working very well. Let's do car parts.
Okay. But the car part additive manufacturing industry is kind of big right now. There are quite some companies doing that.
Yeah, they are. That's why
Vitoria, there are like one or two or three, I would say. Yeah.
Mercedes-Benz in Vitoria, they are. I'm not sure if that department, because the bus one, they are doing 3D printing license now. BMW is doing. There's a lot now, and that's good for us because the project we have is to streaming files like you streaming Spotify music or stream Netflix. So that's for us is good because now we can have the inventory to send 3D files encrypted via blockchain for a machine. Before that, it was practically impossible because we don't have the inventory for it.
So, but that's right. That's the business you are doing in Vitoria.
It's a business I'm doing in Vitoria.
Okay, so first I have to ask you, how did you arrive to Vitoria?
Oh, it's a destiny. You know, my name is Vitoriano.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but that's not the reason. Yeah.
No, not the reason. In 2020, we won an award from for the best digital innovation from King Philip of Spain, and that went in the press. So I think it's pre-notice that we are digital innovators, and send the invitation to invest in Vitoria. They say, but I never plan go to Vitoria, I never know Vitoria. What?
Well, there is another Victoria in Brazil, probably bigger.
Yeah, we have Vitória do Espírito Santo in Brazil, is much bigger.
Yeah.
And so I went for an interview with this pre-group, and they say, yeah, we like your project, and we'll give you grants to start up. So I have to go to the meeting in Bicarabo to do the presentation. And guess what? After next day, my presentation, they say, Irma, you have the grant. I say, pack my luggage and go. So that's how we started in Vitória. It was just by destiny, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a pueblo in Vitória called Vitoriano. So I think meant to be.
Okay, so what did you show the Bicaraba people? What did you show them?
I showed the project. I showed the project for e-commerce marketplace for 3D printed spare parts, and why we would like to go there. So when I went to Basque Country, I found, oh my goodness, it's like a paradise, green, lifestyle, food amazing. The support, the people is so nice. Everyone say, buenos dias, buenos dias. So it's very friendly country. And they say, that's, wow, we move here. So we rent a flat in Yellow Sul and then create the company there.
Okay. And so let's talk about the project, the e-commerce of 3D parts. That's, of course, how do you say, like a goal or a second part of what you were doing before, because before you were already working in the 3D printing industry, and selling designs is like a result of that business that you were doing before, right?
Yes.
It's like an evolution of the concept.
Evolution of the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Because selling the parts is very new. No one is doing this yet. Only Mercedes-Benz is selling the 3D printing license for their dealerships. What you are trying to change a business model, instead selling physical parts, like you need a part, you go for a car distributor and order the part. Our idea is in one click, you can order the part, manufacture, and you don't have stock, you don't have inventory, you don't have transportation, and this manufacture when you need locally where you are. So, and we would like to be large as the music industry or media in streaming files. For any product, not only for car parts, but could be for TV, could be for probably your next iPhone could be 3D printed.
So, who is the customer of this e-commerce? Who buys there? Yeah,
we have
the shopper.
The shopper is a car mechanic. He needs to repair cars. Could be a car part distributor. They need have a customer order. Could be a DIY mechanic. Could be me and you have a car broken down.
But I don't have a 3D printer in my home.
You don't need it.
How does it work? Yeah.
So when you go to our website, you order a part. We have two different suppliers in your. One supply the design, other supply the 3D printing service provider, like Optimus 3D in Vitória. For example, Optimus 3D is our next 3D printing supplier. If you are in Vitória, we send it to them, the order, they manufacture it, and the local delivery to your house.
Okay, so either I buy the design or I buy the whole part.
Exactly.
Through one of your distributors. Okay. And who puts the parts on your website, on your marketplace? Is that the owner, of course, the owner of the parts? Because
owner the part, yeah. The owner
does the car manufacturer, the Mercedes,
the BMWs, the Toyota, they have the genuine part designed for 3D print. They design this and they are certified according to the standards for manufacturing. If you are an individual, need to pass need to provide a certification that the quality of the design and the printability. We also check the printability, but the part owners could be a designer or OEM.
Okay, so who do you have agreements with right now?
We have now with Petromin, is an Arabic company.
Okay.
In UK, we don't have any yet. We are looking for them, and in Spain as well.
Okay, so it's not easy to find companies that are going to put their designs there. Not yet.
No, not yet, because I think the problem, you need to prove you are trustworthy, you know? And that's why I develop a blockchain technology to protect the designs, the IP, and prevent from fraud. Because if you are a designer, if someone hack your design, you can be liable for if anything happens to your design.
Mm-hmm. And what do they win when they sell? I mean, they sell it for a price. Huh.
Yes, they give you a price for, say, a handbrake, for example. I would like selling the 3D printer rights for, say, 10 euros. They gain by selling their designs.
That's like peanuts for a big car manufacturer.
Yeah, but if they have a network of a distributor and you all buying the license, they are saving costs with warehousing, transport, manufacturing process. Their profit will be the double than they're selling physical parts. Okay. But they didn't know yet, I think.
Yeah, because there is a lot of business nowadays from selling parts. I mean, the big companies earn a lot of money from that. Are you sure they want to cut it?
That's why, because it's a big business, they still slowly to adopt, you know.
Okay.
So that's why you are design your own inventory and take longer to design, because you need to use your resource to design the parts our customer asking for, like the Petromin. They don't find the oil filter, we have to redesign for them and build, screening all the parts that not available, and you redesign and building their own inventory for the parts, because the OEM is not allowing them yet to buy the 3D printing license. So we have to do a redesign, reverse engineering the parts, redesign, and it's more expensive and slow, of course.
And so you are trying with auto parts. What other businesses have you are you trying to get in to get the industry to put their designs on your marketplace?
We are creating now one for appliances, or like machine, washing machine, dishwasher, fridges.
Yeah,
so that's our next project.
What we call electrodomésticos, yeah.
Eletrodomésticos, sim, os eletrodomésticos. And electrônicos.
Yeah. So are you working already with one of the brands, or you are?
Yes, we are working with one company that you are not allowed to tell the name.
Okay, but you will have to do it once you are there in the marketplace.
Oh yes, we will do. Yeah, when they let us to tell, yes.
Because if you are selling their designs, of course the buyer needs to know who is the brand. I mean, otherwise
we be branded for them as well. We are creating same platform for automotive, but with their brand as well.
Is it European or is it a foreign brand?
We are piloting in Germany at the moment, but they are a Taiwan company.
Taiwanese. Well, there are not so many, huh, from Taiwan. Oh.
Mm, we only have
Okay.
one, so at the moment.
Okay. What other industries do you want to enter?
The medical device for prosthetic limbs.
Uh-huh.
2 years ago, I went to Angola and they have in there 6 million amputee.
Mhm.
And now worldwide, you have wars. You have wars in Syria, you have wars in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So the people will need prostheses. And we already have the skeleton for because the platform work a bit different. We need to work with medicals, doctors,
Mhm.
technicians. So we are creating a prosthetic limb sample to see how it's going to work and how we're going to collect the data, how we're going to protect this data for the prosthetic limbs.
Mhm. Okay, good. Because as you are working as a marketplace, you need people on both sides. You need companies putting their designs, and you need people buying those designs, of course. So
We
it's a
have more
double,
buyers than sellers.
more buyers than sellers. Okay, well, but that's good for the sellers. If they have buyers, that's already something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hope so now when we migrate completely our system and they see the protection we have, how trustworthy, how secure our platform, they will be
Mhm.
happy to upload their files.
So that's not working yet. The
No,
blockchain
not
security thing. Okay, that's
no, not working.
maybe after summer or
Hope so by the end of August, we
okay.
have the whole system protected and working as should be.
Okay. And can you say something about the amount that you have invested, or that's a very secret data?
No, it's not secret. 11 years research, about
Yeah.
500,000 in development.
Mhm.
And you were looking for 2 million pounds or 2 million euros now to invest a bit more.
You are looking for that now. Oh.
We're looking for 2 million.
And how is the look? How's the search going?
It's a bit hard because the investor, they want to see numbers before the customer numbers before investing anything. We have a contact from company from Netherlands this week.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna meet in them next week. They are very interested. Hope so. We raise that 2 million euros we are looking for.
And that's a company or that's a VC?
A VC
Okay.
VC company.
Uh-huh.
We went to DES, Digital Enterprise in Malaga last June, and it was very good because we have the opportunity to pitch for the other startups and the other big companies. Now we are working with the Oracle and IBM to develop our systems. They have the knowledge and quality we need to develop a big IT infrastructure.
Okay, and what are you going to do with those 2 million euros?
We're gonna hire 4 people.
4 people. What type of people?
We
Engineers?
are engineers. We are looking for 3 software engineers and 1 product engineer to design the parts.
To design the parts that you put in the marketplace.
Exactly.
Oh,
design,
so
testing.
That's something new. I thought that all your parts were going to come from third companies.
Not your no.
Okay.
So part of we create our own brand. We call iCar Pieces. So that will be our own brand for 3D printed parts designed by us.
Wow! And those parts can go into any car, or
can go any car. We are the idea is do reverse engineering as well. If you have an old car, you don't have you re-engineering it, and if you would like, you can sell the parts yourself. The others we are developing is non-critical parts, universal parts that can go in any car.
That sounds very interesting. Yeah.
Like accessories, well, you need a car coupe for your BMW, and we can develop a nice one or customized one. So what you want, we can do for you customization and your own line as well.
Sounds very interesting, but maybe the industry doesn't like it.
It's non-competitive industry. It's non-competitive, so just to show them how we do it.
Well, I have my doubts, yeah.
Well, if you don't try, you don't know.
Yeah.
We need to try to see, or maybe shake them a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, but I can imagine that many mechanics will love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why, yeah. Because they're tired of paying a lot of money for parts that are probably very simple.
Yeah,
and if they can print them, if they have them for a lower price, of course they will buy them. Yeah.
Oh, that's our biggest customer, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
We are seeing opportunity or the others not seeing. So.
Okay, so you want to hire 4 people, and how are you getting to the industry, to the customers? Are you doing marketing? Are you doing sales?
Yeah,
that's your main knowledge, of course.
Yes, in marketing. So I've probably been very successful up to now because we have a lot of press and awards we won, and I'll do social media constantly. Every day morning, my first job is do social media like Instagram, LinkedIn, go for exhibitions, B2B events. I'm pretty good in that. So.
Okay. Oh, so what's next? I mean, of course, next is getting that money, hiring new people, getting more designs into your marketplace, always more buyers also. Is there anything else that you are thinking about?
We are thinking in becoming like the Amazon for 3D print marketplace. So we want to go global. We would like expand, we would like to grow. Maybe in 10 years retired and make exit plan, selling the company for Google, for other large company or eBay, I don't know. Or leaving for my kids if they are interested.
Are your kids in Victoria or they are in England, by the way?
In England, yeah, they are in England.
Okay, that's great. So, well, it was great speaking to you, Irma. Lots of success
My pleasure. Thank you for having
project. Me. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for having me.